Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. The time is 3 p.m. This is a special meeting to go over the North Idaho Fair Board quarterly update. Attending commissioners Duncan, Brooks, and Fillios. Do we have any changes to the agenda? Also,
We do?
yeah, go right ahead, please.
Okay, in a good way. After listening to your meetings this morning, we've decided to strike item 6.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So item 6, which deals with CARES and ARPA funds, is stricken. Anyway, just having spoken and joining us is our Executive Director, Alexcia Jordan. And so without any further delay, we'll proceed. Item number 1, update on the 2021 North Idaho State Fair. Take it away, Alexa.
All right, well, you guys, can you hear me? Is it working?
Yeah.
As the countdown continues, we're at 79 days to the fair, so we are moving fast and furious. Tickets are going strong. I think I might have told you last time we saw you that Nellie is sold out at 50% capacity, which is great. We also have the go-ahead to move forward and release some more seats, so all of our grandstand seats will open up. I believe June 25th is going to be the open date, so that's awesome. We're excited to get things kick it out full bore. I provided you guys some slides which shows a breakdown of our ticket sales currently. There are, let's see, 3,252 tickets sold for Nellie, and Chris Jansen, 1,700. And then the rodeos and demo derbies, they all will sell out, but they typically sell out just a couple days in advance. So this is actually higher than they would be on a normal year, which is very exciting. Then
Okay.
we've got our RV park is moving fast and furious. As of June 19th, it's pretty much sold out for the rest of the summer through the fair. So there's some onesie, twosie, Monday, Tuesdays where there's a couple spots open, but otherwise it is booked solid. So
How many spots do we have? Was it 20?
There's 28 full hookup sites in there, and then we've just applied for another grant which would offer a third loop, so another 10 full hookup sites.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted. We do, well, we're working on putting internet in, so we were hopeful that that would be in the next grant phase, but I think we're gonna go ahead and fund it early, as it is highly in demand.
Okay.
So, some of our recent completed projects, I believe we spoke a little bit about this last time we were in front of you. We've almost finished up the new ADA seating platforms in front of the grandstand, so there's 2 of them. It'll offer some great seating that's safe, visible, much better than what we used to offer, so we're thrilled about that. We're working on a new grain bin silo for beverage sales. Again, it's a nice locked-up location that's safe and secure, and we're working on moving the traffic flow in and out of the facility, both with traffic control on the government and Kathleen. We've been working really hard with some traffic control companies to get that figured out and make sure the city's happy with the flow of traffic, including some gate backups where we kind of get behind with sales and things get backed up. So we're just trying to make everything a bit more efficient for everyone, make their user experience stronger or better.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some other projects that we've listed on here. Hopefully you guys can come by and see some of the things. Maybe we can do a walkthrough before the fair. That would be great. And Nancy has received our Kootenai County employee discount. We offer all employees of Kootenai County a discounted rate for the fair. It's a 2-week sale. So we gotten that out to her, and she can get it out to all the employees so you guys can purchase those. And then I think last time we also discussed a season's pass, which is a really great deal. So get the word out, and we're trying to get everything in advance. It just makes the ease of attending the fair so much quicker because you can just scan and go and make it nice and
The
fast.
season pass, that's $50? Or is that-
$50, yep. So and that
Okay.
gets you into all 10 days of the fair.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so that was your second item?
Yeah, sorry, I'm moving right along.
No, that's quite all right. Item number 3, request for volunteers.
Yeah, as you guys probably know, hiring is a struggle, so we rely really heavily on volunteers and volunteer groups. So we would like to ask, I've came to you guys, I think in 2019, and asked if county departments would be willing to allow their employees to come work a shift at the fair for 4 hours as a professional development program or something of that sort. Of course, that's in your hands if that's something you want to offer. If it's not, we would like to at least be able to share some of the availability for volunteering over to you all if you don't mind sharing it, and maybe off work time they could come.
Yeah, I think before, when you ask for that, it comes down to an elected official issue that they need to really make that decision for themselves. And right
And they
now,
can do that.
we're so shorthanded that there's probably going to be a lot of people who are not going to want to offer that.
Yeah.
But allowing people to take their vacation time or whatever, during the fair, that's absolutely optional. And I think that, if I'm not mistaken, the countywide newsletter has already asked for volunteers for you guys a couple times.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And individual EOs, as they're capable, can certainly make the decision to let the employees take the time. That's not a problem. But with 3.8% unemployment, we're really feeling the pinch. Unfortunately, as everyone is up here, yeah.
Yeah. So we do have a lot of upcoming events. The Cowboy Ball is next on the list here in just a couple weeks. That's one of our signature events of the year. Our Fair Foundation hosts that event. It's always a great one, and it does help fund a lot of the bigger capital projects that we do on the grounds every year, so we're excited. Is that already sold out or not? It is sold out. Well, I think I might have a couple tickets, onesie-twosies, so you can call if you're interested in coming. We'd love to have you. Meet a Farmer is an event that is co-hosted with us in the Chamber. And Linda, if you want to speak to it, you may, but it is June 24th.
She said,
And
go ahead.
it's essentially the adult version of what we do for farm to table or field trip days, and it's really neat where you can come have dinner in our farm park, learn a lot about how the food gets from their farm to the table. So if you're interested, I can send you that link too. It's going to be great. Summer Service Day is a day that we get together and we do a ton of projects around the fairgrounds, anything from building props to painting. That's July 24th. It's a Saturday, and any user group or volunteer group, church group, whatever it might be, is welcome to join us. And it really is a huge transformation on the fairgrounds. It's
Yeah,
a
I
great
think
day.
all I did was serve food. I think that's all you had me do that time.
Which was great because somebody's got to do that part, and then you get to see everyone.
Yes, that was fun.
Yeah. Our junior rodeo is always a huge hit and a big draw. We anticipate over 600 entries for that weekend, and it's all youth, and it's a really great learning experience for them. So we see people from all over the Northwest for that event. The Open Horse Show is coming up August 6th through 8th, and it's another one that brings a lot of outside folks to the area. And then we have barrel races once a month, which again is another event that brings a lot of folks from outside the area to the fairgrounds. So we've been busy. Big dog show last weekend, over 200 campers on the ground. Lots and lots of beautiful dogs.
I missed that one, regrettably. I completely spaced.
It was a good one.
Gut ripped, I can imagine.
It was a good one. Yeah, that covers all of that.
Boy, that's a record turnout for a
Yeah.
dog show, isn't it?
Well, everybody's really looking to get out.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
And we are definitely going to have record numbers because Spokane just canceled their fair.
Oh, did they?
They did. They did.
When was theirs? When would it have?
September.
a bunch of the Oregon and Washington fairs are struggling to see what they can and cannot do. So we are seeing a lot of folks wanting to come to our fair, whether they're vendors, food vendors, entertainers looking for work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So item four, maybe Nancy can help me speak to this as well. We are looking to do a county department vendor booth. We're going to obviously provide the booth at no cost to the county, but we also have many other departments that have booths at the fair. And at some point, we would like to have a discussion with you all on how that should be handled, because they all would like them free, and I would like to offer that service maybe as a trade, or come to some ideas and agreements.
Anything you provide the county, you can't sell to somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not that I don't, we obviously want to offer what we can, but we do probably have 5 different county booths there at the fair. So I like Nancy's idea of one compiled shared booth, especially with 10 days, that is hard to staff.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great solution, but we still have another 4 or 5 of those that are keeping their own space.
Right, so can you get us a list of those? And then have they always been free throughout the years?
Some have
Okay.
not. I would just like it to be consistent,
Sure,
whatever that policy is going to be.
sure.
Okay. Have we done this in the past at all?
Yeah. KCSO's search and rescue have
Oh,
their
okay,
own.
that's right.
Yeah, community development had 1 year, I think. Right.
But I don't think the county typically, it's mostly sheriff's office, noxious weeds.
Yes, yes. Noxious Weeds usually has a little stand inside one of the buildings. It's fascinating to
That's
bring in
correct.
all the
Yeah,
weeds.
yeah.
So. Okay, good.
Okay,
To number 5.
2022 budget requests.
Do you want to, we came to you guys about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks now, and had pulled that back from $500,000 ask to $150,000 ask. In listening this morning, it sounds like that's been pared down a bit further, potentially. So, is there anything you would like to speak to on this?
No, just that we are very judicial when making our requests. These aren't like fluff
Sure.
projects, these are kind of our bare bones, and I understand the predicament you guys are in with the decrease in
Yeah.
funding and increase in expenses, but just definitely want to get our plug in there that the more we put off these safety and ADA projects, they just, it just
Yeah.
becomes bigger and bigger, and we get into a situation where we're out of compliance or something like that. So,
Sure.
Are we out of compliance with any of the ADA?
not right now. Yeah, it's a little bit of a gray area, especially with parking, the number of designated paved handicap parking spaces. So we have plenty of designated handicap parking spaces, but the paving is where it gets a little bit fuzzy, and especially with the continued growth, we want to be ahead of that and have, make sure we have
There are
accessible.
consequences if you get behind.
Yeah, and ultimately, the county would be responsible if we were out of compliance and found some sort of,
Yeah.
if we were fined for something. A lot of our things are grandfathered in, but any upgrades we make need to be compliant, obviously, with the newer standards.
All right. Yeah, and so, yes, if you followed it, we had another session this afternoon, and we're still 2.1 million out deficit. And so we need to figure out how we're gonna whittle that down, but, we've been,
That's with a 3% tax raise, so.
kind of boxed in because of decisions that were made this year, so.
And we're sort of in the same boat as the I think everyone is,
All the taxing districts are, yeah.
And we can't, we aren't able to raise our wages to where they should be, so we are in the same boat where we're just pushing things down the road, hoping for eventual funding from the divine, and
Yeah.
we
That's
have,
about it,
it's,
yeah.
we're just struggling, just like, and especially, with COVID, I think we maybe arguably we're the hardest hit county department, for COVID. I talked to Dina on the phone about, I just had a question for her, and she said, well, actually, county revenue is up, but the fairgrounds revenue is
Yeah.
25% of what it was
Yeah.
the year before. So
Yep.
well. Were set up as a field hospital for about a month. We were the home of the Office of Emergency Management for a couple months. We were the site for COVID vaccines and COVID testing and jury selection. So we've tried to serve our jury selection is slated to be there through December still. So
So you had to set up areas, appropriate areas for all these activities, which that doesn't happen without costs.
Right, and only the field hospital is something that you haven't been able to collect on, is that correct?
that is correct. However, EOC was just hard costs.
Right.
So that's, we kept the lights on.
Right.
But that didn't pay for any of my people being there to help
Sure.
clean up after it.
And even with jury selection, it's in two of our huge rentable buildings, so, the foregone ability to rent those buildings is, of course, an effect on revenue, although not the fault of
Sure.
the jury selection, but
Yep.
just a domino effect.
Yep.
Okay, anything else? I expect you will. There's a lot of pent-up demand, and with Washington, fair is, practically speaking, shut down. I think you're going to have record-breaking attendance.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah?
And do you have off-site parking?
So we're working with the high school to
Okay.
use their lot right behind us, and then there's some other lots in close vicinity that we're trying to help do some shuttling back and forth to.
Okay.
Getting back to your tickets, are your ticket sales in line with your expectations? Or,
They're exceeding them.
well, I mean, as far as this one being this and this one being this, I mean, is that what you expected? Or I see.
Depends on who you ask. Said it depends on who you ask.
Well, I mean, let me see. You look at this, and some of these are relatively small, and then here we got this, and here we got this.
So relatively small simply because they typically sell out closer to the event date. But I think since your communities have not seen live concerts in so long, there's a pent-up demand for that especially. So I fully anticipate your demo derbies and rodeos will sell out as they always do. We offer more seats for the concerts because we have standing room only on the floor. Thrilled to see what the Nelly concert has done for us because that is a new genre, a new avenue we haven't gone into before. So really excited about that one. I'm happy with it personally, very happy with where we're at.
We were excited too with the Nelly concert. We weren't sure exactly how that was gonna go over, and Alexcia from the Fair Board perspective, did a lot of convincing that this was gonna be a success, and the majority of the tickets that were sold in the 80 to 90% are to Idaho residents based on the zip code. So it's not just pulling from outside, it's people in our community that are excited and coming to this concert, so it's kind of exciting.
Not,
You checked this guy out with a number of other fairs where he had performed, and he got all thumbs up, right?
And
and,
it's a completely, there's no cursing, it's a family-friendly show, and
right.
he is on the fair circuit, so we've been able to, talk to other fair security companies who've never had any trouble or anything.
Yeah, my understanding though is probably if you look back at those ticket sales, it's probably going to be 35 and up for most of the sales.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
I was at my doctor, who was a lady, just the other day, and she says, I'm so glad you bring in Nellie. I would not come to the fair otherwise, but me and my girlfriends have our tickets already.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was gonna be like this young, maybe crowd from Spokane or elsewhere, and it's like middle-aged moms who are like me, nostalgia
Yeah.
for high school, so
Yeah. I was a little surprised myself. I'm like, oh, you're going. Okay. Yeah. So,
Okay, then. Yeah, please, come on up to the mic, Linda.
Success
yay.
that I would share, and I didn't run this past Alexcia, but 2 weeks ago, we did our farm-to-table program where we had This year, just 400 kids. In times past, we would have 12, or if we had all the school districts, we'd be close to 2,000. So it was a nice start to start building back. But I just had some stats that I put together, and I thought maybe you would be interested in that. So we had 400 kids there. We had 14 ag or resource-based stations. So they went through 7. They were given a schedule, and they went through 7 of those. We had 43 presenters. So in some of those stations, there's quite a few volunteers. These people are not paid. They even bring in their own materials and everything that they hands-on with these kids. So we don't have a cost in that. And then we had from the Lakeland School District, Timberlake has an FFA chapter now, and we had 16 of those kids come, and we embed them in each group. Each class is a group that moves through the day. We embedded one of those kids in each one of those, and they were the guides. So that gives them something to do, and a question answerer, because most of those have an ag background, so they can answer questions. And lunch was served by our foundation people and some of our fair board. And so that takes another 12 or so volunteers. So it's a lot of volunteers. One of the best things, we had an evaluation that we sent out to the teachers, and we asked, what was the best liked station and the least liked, so we can get some feedback. And invariably, one of the very best liked stations is the horse-drawn wagon ride. So everybody gets to do a horse-drawn wagon ride.
Nice.
And we had 5 teams there pulling wagons, and so the kids all get to go out and do that. So anyway, I did a little thing I'll give to you.
Thank you. Appreciate
That's
it.
some stats and then some pictures.
Thanks.
And as I remember, the kids were very, very well behaved.
They are, and they enjoy themselves. And hopefully they go home with a little bit of knowledge about where the food comes from.
And that is important. What's the old saying? Bumper sticker, never curse a farmer with your mouth full? Anyway, anything else? Public comment. Hearing none. Time is now 3:25. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.